Nice to meet you. I'm Shannon.
Nice to meet you.
Tell me, I mean, Coach spoke very highly of you. He said that you could be one of the best in the Big 12 this year. Why does he say that?
I don't know. I try to just stay in my own lane. I just want to be able to do my job, pour into my team, and kind of contribute to the best that I can for these guys. I try not to look at things ahead because I just want to focus on what I need to work on right now.
What's this D-line look like? What's the personality vibe of this team?
Definitely joyful for sure. There's a couple guys that came in who are just funny. I love them so much. It's always a good time. We were all hanging out last weekend, just a bunch of laughs and stuff. But at the same time, when we come down and it's time to hit, these guys will hit, and it's just something that's really exciting for me because it's the things that I love about D-line is success, and I just feel like we can have a lot of success this fall.
Do you have a nickname?
They call me B-Lamb, Bryson Lamb. It's really the only nickname I've had. Other ones like Lamb Chop, Lamb Bro, but it's mostly just B-Lamb.
What's your favorite?
Probably B-Lamb. All the other ones, yeah, I can
You
do
don't
without.
like Lamb Chop?
Yeah, that's a childhood nickname and stuff. I like B-Lamb probably the most.
I mean, you've got red hair. Lamb is your last name.
Yeah.
There's so many things going for you. I mean, what type of personality do you bring to the team?
I'd say off the field, I'm a really calm, chill guy. I like to think I'm funny. I don't know if other people may see that. I hope so. On the field, I'm going to bring intensity and I'm going to bring a lot of passion. I really care about this, really care about what we're trying to do here. And yeah.
I've got to know more about Lamb Chop. Who did that to you?
I think it was my parents as a kid. Just my brother also played football, so he had the same nicknames that I had, and they just kind of carried over.
That's awesome. So, where are you from originally? Remind me.
I'm originally from Washington State. I grew up on Whidbey Island, just Island County off the coast, and then we moved to Bellingham. Just kind of been in Washington my whole life up until January.
Yeah, so what's that transition been like for you? What do you think of Iowa?
It's definitely been unique for sure. I definitely miss the ocean. Like coming home, I just looking outside and just seeing the ocean. Landlocked definitely feels weird for sure, but it's been great. Gas prices are super cheap and stuff. Cost of living's down and everything. It's been definitely super sweet with that.
I feel like you bring such an interesting angle, interesting personality. Are a lot of the guys new to the Midwest?
I don't think so. There's a lot of guys at Wazoo. We recruit a lot of Cali and Texas, so it's really all the people that I kind of grew up around. Not grew up, but I kind of just been around in college. So seeing a bunch of guys from South Dakota, Wisconsin, Chicago, and stuff, it's just been definitely unique culture shock for sure. But it's been great.
What did Coach Rogers, his staff, do in their 1 year at Washington State to convince you that you wanted to go with them here?
Really just the relationships that I built outside of the room with them, kind of being able to talk about anything that I want with these guys, hang out with them, just all around. I just want to be in this building and stuff. And, sometimes previous staff, being in the building wasn't, the most ideal thing that I wanted to do. And with these guys, I'm always kind of wanting to be in the pursuit of being better. That's what they always try to have us do. They want to pour into us as much as they can. And this makes me want to pour into this program even more, especially coming here because now being the new guy but in an established defense, I want to be able to have this defense be super successful, and I think it'd be really cool to be a part of that.
One thing I find intriguing about your guys' defensive front is there's not a lot of power conference experience. Coach talked about how that gives you guys an extra sense of competitiveness, a chip on your shoulder, maybe an underdog mentality. How much you see that kind of come through in your own play and maybe even the group as a whole?
I don't know, actually, because when I think of it, I do see a lot of power or experience. Last year, maybe our team wasn't considered Power 4, but we were competing against a lot of Power 4. And then you got a guy like Caden who was previously in the Power 4. Some Washington State guys were in the Power 5 before it got disrupted. But, I think no matter what the conference is, it really just comes down to, doing your 111th on the field. Mm-hmm. And, I played every conference last year besides Big 12. And it's really the same bodies. It's just some maybe 10 pounds heavier or 10 pounds lighter.
You talked there about the Power 5 kind of shrinking down to 4. I believe you're old enough and you were part of that at Washington State. From a player's perspective, what was that like? Not to open old wounds.
It wasn't really a wound. It was just super weird. Being going into the Pac-12 and being from Washington, it's really all you heard was the Pac-12 conference and maybe the Big Ten on the other side or something. But kind of having that go away was just super weird because that's really all about like the college football that I knew.
Yeah.
Just super interesting, but kind of seeing the Pac-12 come back is pretty cool. I wish nothing but the best in that conference, but I'm just super excited to play in a new conference.